This is a story about my Australia. It starts when I was about 4 years old. I remember standing in the empty block next to our little house at Bob's Bay. A kookaburra had just killed a large black snake by dropping it from a tree. I was in my shorts, maybe I had shoes on, I don't remember, but I was deep in the long grass. My big brother, who was 8, had climbed into a tree house I couldn't reach. Mum was in the laundry doing the washing in a kerosene boiler. Dad had taken the car to work. The nearest house wasn't even within shouting distance, and there were only a handful of neighbours amongst a sea of scrub, sand dunes and banksia groves. My parents had camped on the block for a long time and built the house bit by bit. Eventually there was a cane lounge, a homemade table, a tin bath to wash in and 3 small bedrooms. Inside we had a box brownie, a radio and some books. I think there was a mirror, one of those little round ones Father shaved with. We had a cold shower outside under the tank stand, but I don't ever recall feeling poor or hard done by. Things we were taught are not important. It was very quiet. Our street was just a track and the road to the beach just a pair of wheel ruts made by our neighbour's Land Rover. Apart from the cicadas, the birds and the ocean, we would occasionally hear a distant car crossing the bridge on the main road in the evening. I remember walking through the bush to the beach, hearing the ocean roar in the distance and learning to ride a bike on the smooth sand down by the creek. It seemed like paradise to us as children. It's obvious to me now how growing up there shaped my attitude to the bush and to preserving it as our heritage. As time has passed, there's been a lot of development, so the bits of beach and coast that are left where you can still have that sort of experience are now very special. In these places there's still the quietness, still the unpredictability of the ocean, still the gleaming light, especially in the afternoon, and if you make the effort you can still find solitude. Occasionally you can find a beach with no footprints. What a luxury that is these days. There are other things. There's the way the weather comes in across the coast. The clouds, the plants, the arthritic trees, the tides, the birds at dusk, the shoreline and its creatures, the waves and how quickly they change, the spray and how there's always one place out of the wind, an eagle above the rocks, the crab's secret dance observed, any rock pool still undisturbed, any anthill outside of school holidays, every single rock, every single dune special. I love to find any road not tarred, any track not paved, any day when the whole world seems to be heading south and I am heading north, any day where man is insignificant and nature magnificent. It renews my spirit. It's easy to see the fight humans have with nature. As humans develop, nature retreats. It can be no other way. Our use of water is part of that story. Where there is water, there's always beauty. The cleaner the water, the more beauty there is. It starts in the hills behind the coast. Then the water flows down through fragments of pristine forest, over the rocks, over the falls, down through the gullies and into the creeks and rivers, then into the lakes and out into the ocean. But all the bad things we do will run down with it. All of our mistakes will run down. Sediment runs down, pesticide runs down, fertiliser runs down, sewerage runs down. Our rubbish runs down too. It washes off our roads, driveways, paving and concrete. Oil, chemicals, lazily tossed cigarette butts, you name it. It will all drain down. Over the rocks, over the falls, down through the gullies, into the creeks and rivers. Down to the lagoons, down to the lakes, then out into the ocean. After the rain, they say you shouldn't swim round here. There are signs saying so, because it's all run down. The better we fix that, the better we preserve this heritage. I take the photographs I do to record the beauty that is right in front of us, to point it out to those who might want to exploit or deface it, to record it before it's gone. I do it to renew my soul, to refresh my spirit. I do it for the moments when you realise the hum you hear is a mass of bees in a native tree full of blossom, or a bird comes down right near you and shares a moment before flying off, or finding a wombat hole, or a lookout you never knew existed, or that a waterfall has plenty of water this time, or finding a brushed turkey's garden, or spotting a big kangaroo when there's hardly any left round here anymore. I do it because it feels right to me. It is my attachment to this land. It comes from my childhood, from the place we grew up and the way we grew up. It is my coast, my beach, my bush, my Australia.